Finally. Good morning, everybody. Oh my. I had to try that like 3 or 4 times to go live. I am so sorry. And I don't know if I want to apologize for being early today or not. Probably shouldn't. But I will apologize for not being live yesterday, even though yesterday, God, what was just is today Wednesday already? Holy fuck, today is Wednesday already. Hey, Revere. I'm just getting ready for my day, so I figured I'd just chat with you guys while I got ready. How was your guys' Labor Day? How was everything? I'm feeling quite well today, actually. I felt really depressed yesterday, but I feel really good today. I made up my mind as to what I'm doing with my adopted daughter. Well, my daughter that I placed for adoption. I am going to send her adoptive mother a letter. I'm going to wait a few weeks, and if I don't hear anything back, I'm just going to keep on sending her letters. She cannot keep her out of my life. Yeah. Yeah, it was my depression on top of the weather. It's been raining nonstop. At least it seems like it has been. I mean, it's not raining right now, but it's supposed to rain again today. It rained all day yesterday. It stopped at about, I should say all day. It rained from 4 a.m. to noon. Then it stopped, and then it rained last night. Oh my God. I love rain. Rain is 100% better than snow, in my opinion. I hate snow. I hate winter. And yet I live in one of the worst states for winter. I don't know what I was thinking when I moved here back in 2002. But it is what it is. I should have known that the Midwest was famous for their crappy winters. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'll tell you about crappy winters around here. When we moved to the town that we live in now, in December of 2009, that was like the worst winter I've experienced since I moved here to Nebraska. And I've lived in Nebraska for 16 years. In 2009, we had this horrible snowstorm. And what happened was my brother-in-law had already lived down here for a few years. And my husband's doing good. Thanks for asking, Revere. But what had happened, my brother-in-law had already been living down here for a few years. And we bought this house thinking it'd be fun, to live close to each other. We could take care of each other's kids, help each other raise them, help each other raise each other's kids, be basically babysitters to each other's kids whenever we wanted to go out. Because at the time, all of our kids were younger, so they needed babysitters. I do not have a comb, so I think I'm just going to have to part my... Oh, God, this is going to bug me. So when we moved in, it was nice and everything, and then it was, there was snow on the ground, but there was no, but we hadn't had a blizzard. And like 2 days after we moved in, my brother-in-law and his wife and their horde of kids decided to come for a visit. And while they were visiting, we got a blizzard. And that was like a day or two before Christmas. And they got snowed into our driveway. No one, I mean, it would, there'd be a blizzard during the day, there'd be a blizzard at night, and then during the day, it would be, just dreadfully cold. But my sister-in-law is a nurse, and at the time, she was working in Grand Island at St. Francis. And so every day, my husband and his brother had to go out and basically try to shovel the driveway so my sister-in-law could go to work. And because they had so many call-ins that they just had to call her in. They couldn't help it. They had to call her in. And so they tried to shovel out her driveway the best they could so that she could go to work one day. And oh my gosh, it looked like a winter wonderland the further up north you got. Down here it looked like shit. We had snow piles that were, I kid you not, 10 to 12 feet tall. Snow drifts. 10 to 12 feet tall. I mean, it's horrid. I don't know if I have a picture somewhere. My husband has saved a few. But I do not know where he put them. Have to look for that one day and then show it to you guys. I have a picture of my husband standing next to a snowdrift, and my husband is about 6 feet tall. Okay, he's 5'11" and a half. You put him in just regular old tennis shoes, and he's 6 foot. So basically, yeah, I just say he's 6 foot. He's just, I just say he's 6 feet tall. You put him in tennis shoes. Tennis shoes don't even have any heel. It's just the little bit of a sole, and he's 6 foot. You put him in dress shoes, and he's over 6 foot. So, yeah. So I have a picture of him standing next to a 10-foot high snowdrift, and he just and he looks like he's miniature. And I remember in January, we were going to church, and after church, we went to see my father-in-law, my husband's dad, and up there, up north, northeast Nebraska, they look like they got hit the worst with the blizzard. And I mean, we just kept on getting blizzards that year. It didn't matter. And you look to either the left or the right of you, and you just saw this. Here's the road, and on the left and right, there's this huge block of ice. I mean, it was really pretty, just towering up over you. And I remember thinking, it was so pretty and everything. And I have nothing planned for the week in Revere, and I never do. And it was just so pretty. The sun hit it in such a way that it shone really nice and everything. But I also thought at the same time, I hope that doesn't come crashing down on us. Yeah. So yeah, so I mean that was really nice. And we haven't had a bad winter since. I remember in 2000, the winter of, was it 2011 or 2012? No, 2013. Sorry. The winter of 2013. That was a fucked up winter. I should know it was going to be a fucked up winter because it was 2013. And 13 is not my lucky number. But apparently it was lucky that year because we had, again, a fucked up winter, but it was good in my eyes because there wasn't much snow to be had. So I didn't have to worry about anything when I had to go out and run my errands because at the time I was still staying home with the kids. And yeah, so what had happened that winter was that at the beginning of each month, there would be a snowstorm. Like on the first or second day of the month, there would be a snowstorm. And then what would happen is that it would melt. And you couldn't even tell that there had been a snowstorm. It looked like spring for the rest of the month, for the rest of the winter months. So there'd be like 2 to 3 feet of snow on the ground. And then the sun would come out for a week, melt it all. And then for the rest of the month, it'd be like 60 degrees. I kid you not. That was my ideal winter. I hate winter. Okay, like I said before. And the reason I hate winter is because of all the snow and ice and everything like that. I have bad knees, so I do not need to deal with it. I've had bad knees basically my whole life. I tore my ACLs when I was kindergarten age. So what is that? 6 years old? And yeah, it was just horrible. I was walking on a brick wall that separated our house from our neighbor's house. And at that time, a 5-foot wall is really tall to someone who's 5 years old. Oh, my nose. So yeah, I jumped off that because my stepdad at the time. Sorry, my YouTube stuff. It's fine. YouTube acts up all the time. And so my mom's husband at the time, his name was Leroy Hutchinson. Hate his guts. Always hated his guts. I hated his kids' guts too. I mean, I just didn't like anything about them. One day they'd be nice. One day his kids would be nice and kind to you and everything and want to help you. And the next day they just treat you like shit. So yeah, I didn't like them. They were basically bipolar. If he had 2 daughters and a son, and his son lived in Louisiana. I didn't hate it. I hate his guts more than I hate his dad's guts. But his daughters lived in the same town we lived in. And yeah, they weren't really nice. 2 of them, they were teenagers. So if one hated you, the other liked you. And it was just vice versa on the, depending on the days, which one liked you and which one hated you. So, yeah, that's what I had to put up with. But one day, my stepdad had always told me Leroy had always told me, do not walk on the wall. You're going to fall and get hurt. Just like any parent will tell you. Don't do that. You're going to get hurt. Well, what does you tell a 5-year-old not to do something, and what are they going to do? They're going to do it. So, I get up on that wall the minute he leaves to go to the store or wherever it was he was going. I can't remember. And walking along it just fine, me and my stepbrother. Nothing would have happened. I probably would have gotten down the same way I'd gotten up on the wall, which was via the steps, if I hadn't seen him drive up. I saw him drive up and I'm like, oh shit, he is going to whoop my ass if he sees me up here. Now, mind you, this is in the early 90s, so spanking was okay. So I see him pull up. Oh, I jump off the wall, landed wrong, tore my ACL. So now my left, I tore both of them, but I tore my left one worse than my right. And so for the rest of my fucking life, my left knee is going to be popping out occasionally. It doesn't matter what I do. I could just be walking normal and it'll pop out. I could be lifting something, it'll pop out. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. It'll just pop out. And so hence why I hate winter. It exaggerates it even more. I slip on the ice and if I slip on the ice, I could seriously hurt myself. Hence why I hate it. So, now you know why I hate winter. I would show you the scar, but I already got my pants on, so. Yeah, back when I was in 7th grade, I was about ready to say 8th. No, I was in 8th grade. Sorry. Back when I was in 8th grade, I got my left knee operated on. Because that was the whole plan. Wait until I stopped growing so that I could get my knee operated on. And, yeah, so I got my knee operated on when I was in 8th grade. I tell you, I lost a lot of friends because of that. Yeah, you would think, someone who comes into a junior high, you think you'd get a lot of sympathy after a surgery because, oh my God, let me help you and everything. But no, I was already the social outcast. So of course no one was willing to help me get to class after my surgery. Because, I came back, I was on crutches. So I had a few friends help me, but not many, like 1 or 2 of them. But, they were like, oh my God, I can't. I remember one day one of my friends said, I can't help you anymore. I was late to such and such a class. And I tried to tell her, no, you gotta leave early. You gotta leave early to come pick me up so that we could both get to class on time. But she's like, no, I can't do that. I got in trouble for leaving the class that I was at already early. And I just can't help you anymore. So I ended up having the teachers freaking help me. I had to wait until basically the halls were clear so I could hobble down on my crutches. People are so freaking mean. And I had a mean English teacher. I swear to God, I had a mean English teacher. All the kids in that class hated the fact that I got to leave early because of my effing crutches and because I couldn't really walk. I mean, I had crutches and a visible, basically, cast on my leg to keep it straight. So that, because after knee surgery, you need to keep your knee straight. At least this is what they thought in the 90s. And then you went to therapy afterwards to help bend it. I don't know what they do these days. One of my cousins had knee surgery, and they said that they made her bend it immediately after her surgery, made her basically do therapy real fast right after surgery and everything. So apparently it's better now. But back then in the 90s, yeah, prehistoric days of medicine. So I was just hobbling down the halls, trying my best to get to class, and one of my English teachers was basically saying, you can't do that anymore. Everybody else finds it unfair. Now, had I been in the right frame of mind, because basically she was telling me I can't leave early, and I needed to leave early, especially in that class, because that class was right before lunch. My English class was right before lunch. And so I needed to leave early so I could go get my lunch before the line and sit down so that I didn't get hurt. My mom had called the school before I went back and set everything up. But had I been in the right frame of mind then that I am now, I would have went and complained to the principal. But I didn't, because at that time I was reserved. I was shy. I did not know how to stand up for myself. I was only 14 fucking years old. So, yeah, that's why. Teachers are mean. My history teacher, though, I had him first period. And he was so super nice. He let me leave early, even though I was done with therapy by even though I was done with therapy and everything by April, he still let me leave the classroom early. God damn it. So yeah. He says he didn't see anything wrong with it. I wish that I could have told him. Like, again, you take this Megan today and put her back into my junior high days, things would be a lot different. I would be so totally outspoken. I think I'd be everyone's. I think I'd be friends with more people, that's for damn sure. Probably wouldn't be friends with the people that I was friends with. Wish I knew how to speak my mind back then. But back then I was shy and reserved. No one, people could tell me basically to go jump off a cliff, and I would have done it back then. No questions asked, because I was shy, reserved, and didn't know how to speak my mind. It wasn't until I met my now husband that I learned how to speak my mind. When I met him in high school, when I was 10th grade, and he taught me to stand up for my fucking self. The thing is, now he taught me way too well. because I now stand up for myself no matter what. Basically, now I don't know how to keep my mouth shut. And everybody's like, oh, that's fine. You need to learn, you're just standing up for yourself. But I think there are times now I need to learn when to shut up. Because we get into a lot of fights because because he taught me how to be a smartass and how to speak my mind and everything. Now he's like, oh, I wish you'd shut up. What one do I run? I always wear this one. So, yeah. How was my Labor Day? My Labor Day was boring as fuck. Yeah, that's not true. Boring for me, not for my kids. Their friends spent all weekend with us. All of Labor Day weekend. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. They went home Monday afternoon. So I basically had a house full of kids, but these kids are basically like my kids. Their friends are basically like my kids too. So yeah, I mean, I didn't have any problem with them. My kids know how to take care of themselves. Their friends know how to take care of themselves. They know how to cook for themselves. So yeah, I mean, my kids knew how to cook by the time they were 10. Apparently, they knew how to cook by the time they were 10. I mean, I'm even teaching my son how to do shit that girls do. You gotta know how to cook, clean, take care of yourself, son. Because there is a good possibility that by the time you leave the house at 18, actually we might get him emancipated because he'll be 17 when he graduates. My hair looks like shit. See, this side looks like I curled it and everything. It looks so nice. And this side is just bleh. Probably should take a curling iron to it. Ugh. I swear my hair doesn't like me some days. It just wants to do its own thing. Most days I just let it. So, yeah. And so my son will be 17 when he graduates. We might get emancipated. We might not. Depends on what he feels like needs to happen. If he feels like he needs to move out immediately after he graduates, then yeah, we'll do it. But if he wants to stay, then that's fine. But the rub is, if my kids are staying here longer than 18, 19 years old, then they need to A, have a job, B, help with the finances, and pay for their fair share. Which means they may have to be paying for their own. Of course, they won't probably help pay for the mortgage. No, that's dumb. But they will probably help be paying part of the electric bill, part of the trash bill, basically just itty parts of bills. They may have to pay rent here. Don't know. But if we do make them pay rent, it's not going to be an extraordinary amount. It's just going to be a small, very, very small. It won't even be what you would pay for a shit apartment. It's their prerogative if they go to college or not. And if they do go to college, I'm not paying for it. My husband isn't paying for it. Nobody paid for me to go to college, and nobody paid for my husband. So, and that helped us out a great deal. I mean, If people just continuously hand you money, then you're just going to continuously expect it your whole life. You're not going to want to work for it yourself. So, and my mom paid for my sister got scholarships, which is one thing I'm telling my kids right now. Work your ass off. Get to be valedictorian or whatever. Get the highest GPA that you can so that you can get scholarships for college and academic scholarships. They can't take academics away. They could take the sports scholarships away. Ooh, can they easily take away your sports scholarships? Academics, they can't take away that easily. Because academics go by your GPA. And if you get into a car wreck a day or two before and totally mess up your body, they can't really take away an academic scholarship, but they sure as hell can take away the sports one. I had a friend that happened to. Before he knew college, he thought it would be fun the summer before to go and drink and party. I think it was like a couple weeks before. He went and had a drink, way too many drinks. Yes, he was only 18. But he had a few drinks and he got into a car wreck and fucked up his legs for life. Took away his football scholarship, and he was the quarterback. Revere, I'm heading off. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope I spelled that. Amy. My name is just boring. Megan. My husband if you're having a hard time spelling my name, it's mean with a G in the middle. And my husband has a sex joke. Excuse me. As a sex joke for that, which I'm not going to say. Yeah, see, I never realized that either until I met my husband. He's like, your name is mean with a G in the middle. And I was like, I never noticed that. I've had my name my whole fucking life, and I never noticed that. You think I would have noticed it first? Yeah, but I gotta go too, Revere. I gotta go. Actually, wow, it's only 8:30. Holy fuck, I probably don't have to leave quite yet, but I gotta go run some errands and shit. I might wait another hour or so, but yeah, I gotta go too. I gotta clean up everything before I leave. I love you all. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day, Revere. I hope everybody else who's watching has a wonderful day, whether you're watching now or in the archives. Remember, I love you all, and don't forget to subscribe. I always keep on saying, I always keep on forgetting to say that at the end. Hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell notification so you know when I go live. I go live any time of the day. So I could go live as soon as my kids leave the house to whenever my kids come home. So there's a lot of time there that I can go live. I don't plan this shit. I just go live whenever I want. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and I will see you all next time. Bye.